Lydia Townsend, the Marsh Valley star, one of the most complete athletes, not just presently, but in the history of Idaho high school track and field, Idaho high school athletics, for that matter. Phenomenal wrestler, one of the best pole vaulters in the country, lifetime best 13 feet here today to win her flight at the UCS Spirit National Pole Vault Summit. We're at the Reno-Sparks Livestock Events Center. Lydia, now I know for sure that you're a wrestler because obviously you're going out there with a bloody nose and still competing at the end. Is this the first one in pole vaulting? Because I'm sure it's probably happened a time or two in wrestling.
I mean, yeah, I definitely had a bloody nose in wrestling, but this is the first one for pole vault for me. Usually I don't hit myself in the face, but
that first attempt at 13.4, like my heart hurts for you because you were having such a phenomenal day and you were so locked in, and I felt like maybe if there wasn't that kind of shock to the system and maybe a little bit of a distraction, although you were so courageous and and so mature to be able to and so strong to push through it. But how did you feel about that first attempt at 13.4? Because it looked really good.
The first attempt I could have taken it up a little bit stronger. I have it next time. I have no second guesses about that. And I did get a little bit rattled getting hit in the face, but that's part of the sport. I'm a tough girl. I wrestled. I run track. I fall on hurdles all the time. So I think it was a little bit mental, but at the end of the day, I have something to work on. You can always become more strong mentally.
100%. Obviously, anytime you get to those, memorable and meaningful and significant barriers, right? The first time you ever cleared 11 or the first time you ever cleared 12, like. What's in your heart about how significant and meaningful it is that we're only in mid-January, Lydia, and you get to see 13 for the first time?
Yeah, I mean, last year I got hurt. I didn't have the season that I was supposed to be having at all. So to come back this year in RDPR, it just shows, faith in myself, faith in God. He always has a plan for you, and he always has something better for you. So.
Most definitely. Just in terms of the execution on that, I mean, to be able to see it first time and just and with a lot of room to spare, I mean, that was very much indicative of your entire series. Just to be able to handle that, like I said, like this early in the year, and especially coming off some of the frustration and the disappointment, and maybe being humbled a little bit more than you would have liked, back last year, like. How big is that not only for you today, Lydia, but going forward?
I mean, it's a confidence booster for sure. To me, this isn't the first time I've jumped 13. I've pictured it a bazillion times. I've, jumped over that in practice. So it was just another bar to me. But at the end of the day, having that number on my record is really important. And, almost brought tears to my eyes because it's this is what I've been waiting for so long. It's 13, but, you always want more. So now it's 14.
100%. In terms of the commitment to Brigham Young, and huge congratulations and much respect for that. Just what has that done for you just in terms of creating freedom now? I mean, obviously you love pole vault, you love track and field. Like I said, you're one of the most well-rounded athletes, not just now, but in Idaho high school history. I hope that you attempt the decathlon at some point in your career, especially with your pole vault expertise. But just what has it done to be I don't have to return a bunch of emails and phone calls and interact with all these people. It's you know what the next chapter looks like. So how is that hopefully going to allow you just to be present and cherish and relish and celebrate this chapter left at Marsh Valley?
Right. So this is my last year with my dad. He's my best friend, my coach. Sad to come to an end with him. He'll probably come back eventually, I'm sure. He'll follow me around. He's my #1 fan. But on top of that, it gives me peace to know that I have a home after this. But it also makes me want to be better for my school because I am very proud to be going to BYU.
Absolutely. In terms of the way training has been going, did you come in here whether it was going to be 12-7, 12-8, 12-9, 12-10, 13? I mean, did you feel like the way things have been going that you know what it feels like, and you when the speed is there and your body's responding and you're getting the lift off the ground and the technique over the bar. Did you and your dad feel like, hey, as long as I'm healthy and as long as I'm getting down the which the best runways ever here.
Right. Yes.
at the Reno-Sparks Livestock Events Center. Like, did you feel like 13 was a possibility?
I knew 13 was a possibility. I really did just put it in God's hands. I just asked Him in my prayers yesterday and my prayers today to have a performance that I'm proud of myself. It wasn't like a hype, but it was just like I want to be proud of myself. I want to be proud of what I went out and did. But also, I trust my training. I think that right now I'm training harder than almost every athlete in the nation, quite frankly. 3 practices a day most days, and I'm usually in the weight room 10 hours and, pole vaulting and hurdling for another 8. So like I'm there training wise. I'm getting stuff done. So I trust my training. I trust myself. The biggest problem I have is with my head, and I've came like leaps and bounds from where I was last year, and I'm gonna continue to progress with my mental stuff because my athletic ability is there. I can jump 14 today if my brain will allow me.
Absolutely. Well, you certainly tech fall 13, so I can't wait to see you pin down 14 in my worst wrestling puns imaginable here for the great Lydia Townsend, Marsh Valley again. One of the best not only now but ever in Idaho. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.